morning, this is Armanda from Studio Armanda, and today I'm making collage tape. This is used with register tape or the little calculator paper rolls, not the thermal tape because that stuff's supposedly nasty. Anyhow, this is my setup. I have some comics from a newspaper that I'm using, and this is what's left of the roll of tape, which I've actually used up quite a bit more since this. Um, I have a newspaper that I got a long time ago. I don't know where I got it because it's British or English or whatever you want to call it. It's not an American paper, but I'm using the comics from that. And what I do is I glue it on to the tape, as you can see here. And this is my collage medium. I use matte gel and matte medium, and I mix those together about 50-50. And sometimes, depending on what I'm using it for, I will add a little water. And then I have it in this, I put my mix in this bottle here, which is an empty fluid medium bottle. And I'll just add it to this jar as I use it, if I can get the lid open. Yeah, so this is my collage medium. That's what I call it. I guess it would be, if for those of you who like Mod Podge, that would be my Mod Podge. And sometimes if it's a little thick, I'll add a little water to it. But I like it at about that consistency, half and half. I feel like I'm rushing. Again, if this video is too slow, you can always use that little gear thing at the bottom of the screen, and you can click that and you can adjust the speed and play things faster, which is what I do. I can't stand to watch slow videos, so I'll speed it up to 1.25 or 1.5. So this is pretty basic. I'm just gluing down bits and pieces of the comics, and occasionally I find a word or something that I want to make sure it shows, but mostly it's random. And a lot of times I will use, most of what I like to use is napkins or lighter weight paper. Comics are light. Some wrapping papers work pretty good. Tissue paper with a design or printed, more lightweight papers. I've tried using the heavier papers, like some of my gel prints, but that doesn't, it's just a little too stiff for the paper for the register tape. Also, you might notice that I've changed the name of my YouTube channel. It's now just Studio Armanda. It used to be The Creative Cave and Studio Armanda, but I wanted to simplify. I'm trying to make the transition to just Studio Armanda. You can still find me at The Creative Cave. It'll still go to my website. That's still hooked up. And there's a boom right there. That's the word. I always find those in a comic. Anyhow, you get the gist of this. You just glue things on until you get tired of gluing them on. And this is my finished, or I should say it's glued on. It's not finished. What I'm going to do next is cut the edges off. Now, some people like those rough edges. I do not. I think that's ucky. And it's fun to trim the edges. So I'm going to get my handy dandy little scissors here, I think, eventually. Ah, there she is. World's most useless scissors right there. It broke. I'm very sad about that because I used it all the time. And I'm just going to turn it over and I'll trim off the rough bits. I have to unwrap it a little bit to get in there, but you can see there's quite a bit on that roll already, mostly napkins. I've used some lightweight book pages, like I think I used some Bible, an old Bible that was falling apart, for a couple pages, and I tried different things. This is the first time trying the comics, and they work just fine. And it makes it has an interesting look to it. It's different than the napkins, it's different than the wrapping paper. And this part here, cutting the edges off, is kind of I don't know, therapeutic. It's kind of fun to trim these edges off. And by the time you get to this, I mean, if you go long enough, it's dry enough that you can cut the edges. You don't have to wait too long, but I do try to wait a little bit before I roll it up because I don't want anything to stick together. But sometimes when I'm cutting, things are a little bit wet yet. And we're just going to speed this up a little bit because really, how much can you watch? Now, I have some pictures here at the end of what I use this stuff for, and if anybody has ideas of what else you can use it for, feel free to mention it in the comments or post a video or something. I like making it, and I don't have a whole lot of ideas for how to use it other than decorating journals, and you could do cards. I actually used it to embellish the bottle that I put my collage medium in. So you might notice that that has the collage tape on it. And for cards, tags, bookmarks, I've used it for the the labels that you put on like your notebook, the tabs, that's it. I've used it for that and to decorate the edge of a page. Um, it's just fun to have. You can use it for wrapping gifts as a ribbon. I've cut it in half lengthwise and used it like washi tape, which gives you, you know, your own original looking washi tape, and that's kind of fun. This is the cut and drying version of it. I'm rolling it up, and what you see there is what's left of the register tape. Um, there's not much left of that roll anymore. I've pretty much collaged the whole thing. I've got a little bit left. But I also have, this is the napkin one, and I believe this is 12 yards. This is just a separate piece that I did, and then, because I have quite a few of these registers, so this one is done with napkins and wrapping paper and tissue paper, and it's quite colorful. And I have one that I did with some maps that I was using I had cut them into strips and I was using them for collage, and I had way too many strips left over, so I stuck the strips together in a long roll and collaged on them. And so I have some of this collage tape that is actually made on maps. So you could use either side of it, I suppose. This is the map one. You can see the map in the middle. That's quite a bit of collage tape. I do have a lot. Here's a few of the things that I've made just for samples. I did a workshop with family one time, and I taught them how to make collage tape. And these are the things that I made to show them. These are the tabs. That doesn't work as well because it's hard to see the numbers. And that's the bottle with the blend in it. I used it to wrap a package. And that's it. Thanks for watching.